I like this. We're in a different environment. Mm-hmm. I love our home base. It's incredible. I love our little studio. It's very comfortable, wonderful location. But we are today at this incredible hotel, and I have very fond memories of this hotel because I used to live back when I was writing on The Simpsons. I lived about, I don't know, a block and a half from here.
Really?
I was going to say you could, if you were standing here at this hotel, you could hit my apartment with a tennis ball. But I think you'd need, I couldn't do it. I think you'd need like a pneumatic cannon.
Oh.
But still, it's close, but not close enough. You can't say you could hit it with a tennis ball. If you had a cannon of some kind.
I don't think people take that literally.
No. Well, I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah,
I'm always worrying about the legal. And if I said you could hit it with a tennis ball, I'm worried some listeners are going to say, oh, if Conan was at the Four Seasons on Doheny, he could hit his old apartment on Weatherly with a cannonball, with a tennis ball. And, and then I'm challenged to do it, and I can't do it.
Oh.
So I just want to say, please don't sue me for that.
You think you can get sued for that?
It's a crazy country. You can get sued for anything.
I don't think you could get sued for that.
You'll see. It's coming.
Also, if someone says, I bet that's not true, you could just be like, yeah, it is, but then not actually try to do it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway, you didn't help here. I took us down a bad alley, and then you said, let's go further down the alley and then drive in circles. I have fond memories of living here. It was the early 90s. I was writing for The Simpsons.
This is a pretty ritzy area. So were you living that large back then?
Well, I had been working in television at that point. I got started in 85.
Yeah.
And then I worked on Saturday Night Live, and then I came out here for The Simpsons. So I had done okay at that point. I had just purchased a brand new 1992 Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
Which, when you see someone driving a new 92 Ford Taurus in 1992, you know they've got bank.
Oh, that's the Toyota Camry of Fords.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Which was the Dodge Neon of Camrys. So anyway, I was living in this neighborhood, and I remember my mom came to visit me, and she didn't know anything about The Simpsons or didn't watch it, and didn't think it was a big deal. But I remember she came out and visited, and I said, I know a good place for brunch, and just walked her like a block and a half to this Four Seasons, which has the most amazing brunch. And I told her, you'll probably see a celebrity. We did not. But I kept telling her that just random people were celebrities.
You could just lie.
I did lie.
Yeah, okay.
I said, that guy over there is Tony Curtis. And and the guy had already left the room. She just saw the back of a shoe. She was excited. And I don't know. I just have a nice time here. I was a single guy living the life.
What was Bachelor Conan like? What
single Conan?
Bachelor Conan of that era. What was he getting
91
up to?
Bachelor. 92 Bachelor Conan. Oh my God. Ladies, look out. Look out. Look out, ladies.
Oh my God.
It's 92 Bachelor Conan.
Oh my God.
Now, I know we're in an era where saying, look out, ladies. It's probably not the way to go. No, I was a kindly gentleman, but I did okay for myself.
Yeah?
Because I'd started to fill out a little bit. I had been way too skinny for years.
Yeah.
And my skin had cleared up.
Oh, good.
It was a little more, I had a little more confidence. I had a credit card.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. I was a little cash in my pocket. They were all like, ladies would be like, hey, I kind of like this guy. And then I'd say, yeah, and where do you see my car? And then the Ford Taurus would come out. And then I'd have a hard time finding them.
Oh,
They
okay.
would take off. Saw one woman jump behind a hedge.
And you still have your Ford Taurus.
I still have the Ford Taurus.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it became kind of a thing because on the late night show, guests would talk about their Lamborghini or whatever. And they thought that because, Leno has a lot of cars, let's find out what Conan drives. And I would say, truthfully, I have a 1992 Ford Taurus. It's an SHO, that's super high output. So it looks like a Taurus that you'd pick up your kids at soccer practice with, but it's actually got a stick shift inside.
Yeah, that guy fucks.
People's lives up. Did you drive that cross country to New York?
No, I had it shipped. I
Oh,
didn't want
an aristocrat.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want it to be damaged, so I had it put on the roof of another Ford Taurus. And but I brought it out here. When I bought it, I did not drive stick. I bought it completely on faith. And then my brother Neil, I bought it in Massachusetts. So my brother Neil took me to a supermarket parking lot and taught me how to drive stick. And then I brought it to LA and went right into LA traffic,
Oh, yeah.
grinding gears like crazy, but
Mm.
got good at it. Then pulled up at the Simpsons lot in a Ford Taurus. And I think they knew then there's a badass in town
Yeah.
who definitely fucks. Yeah. He was born down a Ford Taurus. It's got a stick shift. The gears that grind. And it was, but I lived in this neighborhood and it was really nice. I had a good time. I enjoyed. I loved working in that Simpsons writing room and kind of loved it. And this is the hotel where I met Jeff Ross for the first time.
I thought you were going to
Oh,
say where
man.
you lost your virginity.
Where I lost my virginity?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
With the help of my wife. But yeah, I met Jeff Ross here because I was being considered for the late night job. And Lauren said, you should go meet with this guy, Jeff Ross. And we met about 15 feet from where I am right now, which I could hit with a tennis ball.
Okay.
Oh,
Back
if
to
I
the
had-
tennis ball.
I'm
A
suing.
tennis ball that went through walls.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my story. So this brings up a lot of nice memories. This hotel, this area. And I like getting out of the studio once in a while.
Yeah.
It creates a new vibe.
You do have a swagger about you today that makes me feel like you're back in your prime. You know?
Because I'm telling you, I'm channeling 1992 single Conan, and I look out!
Yeah.
Here he comes. That guy likes to meet people
Oh.
and
What?
try and buy them
He has
dinner.
credit.
He has a
card.
credit card. Na, 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 na. I've had it 4 years. Na, 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 na.
$1,000 limit. No.
I've only gone over twice. Na, 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 na.
I like coming to these fancy places because then I know that you can buy us lunch.
I'm going to take you
afterwards.
out for a nice lunch.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And you
Okay.
know what? And you too. And you know what I'll tell you, Matt? You don't know this. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. And if there's one thing I know about Sona, she's having wine
I
with
sure
her
am.
I'll
lunch.
join you on that. Are
Yeah,
you kidding?
yeah. Let's wind
Hey,
it
and
up.
David's
Yeah.
driving. So I'll.
Well, he's driving you.
He drove
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, but we drove ourselves. I drove in a mildew car.
Yeah, you're going to be wine drunk driving in a mildew car.
Yeah. You're going to be pulled over by the police, not for your swerving, but because of the odor of your car.
I know.
Toxic output.
All right. Peace out, Tupac.